if this was an organization, whoever was involved would have gotten sacked. We need to stop this. This doesn't make any sense anymore. My phone had been dead since yesterday, and it just trails down to every sector. So we need this to stop.
Residents are hopeful that a change will come with the inauguration of a new government on the 29th of May. In Lagos, Abolore Obara.
National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) currently laying siege at the residence of Ogun State Senator-elect Buruji Kashamu to vacate the premises forthwith. The court also of the Federal High Court Ikoyi gave the order today in Lagos. Vera Chenwuba reports that the NDLEA chairman Amadou Giade was not in court.
The order by the Federal High Court to NDLEA to vacate the residence of Ogun State Senator-elect Buruji Kashamu followed the disobedience of the order of the same court issued on the 17th of April 2015 in the fundamental human rights application attempt to extradite him to United States to answer charges. The court had ordered both parties to maintain status quo pending the case. However, while the order was subsisting, the NDLEA men invaded the residence of Kashamu and placed him under house arrest. Counsel to Kashamu Ajibade Oluyede had filed a complaint with Ibrahim Buba of the Federal High Court. He had ordered both the NDLEA chairman Amadou Giade and the Attorney General of the Federation Mohamed Bello Aduke to appear in court today. It was an attempt to subvert the powers of the court as well as undermine the judicial process. He had told journalists that NDLEA had no warrant of arrest and the extradition request as claimed, which informed its application for provisional warrant. Justice Ibrahim Buba of the Federal High Court therefore ordered the NDLEA men to vacate the residence of Kashamu forthwith.
Nobody should be allowed to take the law into his hand. That has remained the position, and that as at now, as it is, no party should do anything to undermine the integrity of the court.
Due process ought to be followed. The Nigerian judiciary is indeed the last hope of the oppressed.
Neither the NDLEA chairman nor his counsel was in court. Attempt to speak to Mrs. Anne Akin, counsel to Attorney General, was abortive. Committee accountant application against both parties will be heard on the 4th of June.
The week's framework to reduce the probability of aviation corporate failures. He said this at a stakeholders forum in Lagos. This forum is part of the ministry's effort at moving the aviation ministry forward.
The Minister of Aviation, Sita Chidoka, said over the years, the aviation sector has gone through a series of transformations which needed to be continuous and sustained if Nigeria must take its rightful place in the community of nations. He said the aviation corporate governance risk framework needs the manpower to drive home the initiative. This, he noted, can be achieved if the technical manpower is enhanced through the retention of technocrats to man and sustain their competence instead of the frequent posting and transfer of the planners and researchers in the sector at regular intervals.
For me, the staff polling system of the Federal Civil Service limits the ministry's ability to build and maintain a group of technical experts to manage the affairs of the civil aviation industry. So I think that the council should discuss with the head of service to rethink the level of services required in the ministry. Ideas will make it easy, will make it better, will make it evidence-based in managing the safety and security of all passengers.
The permanent secretary in the ministry, Hajia Binta Bello, promised to ensure that all the relevant sectors are forward.
To the stakeholders who have had it on, actually the Honorable Minister has challenged all the sectors. So I want all of us to go back to our drawing board and look at what has been presented to us so that we can move the aviation industry forward.
The event had in attendance chief executive officers of airlines, aviation facility managers, security agents, and other stakeholders. In Lagos, Tunde Saiki, NTA News.
Training and retraining on modern concepts tempering environmental health profession in Nigeria. This is with a view of achieving efficient service delivery in the profession. This was mental health officers in Lagos.
Officers can be regarded as the general practitioners of public health. This is because they are in contact daily with various sources that cause ill health in the community, such as filthy environment, contaminated water, and more. Their activities include administration, inspection, education and regulation of environmental health practice. Chairman, Environmental Health Officers Registration Council of Nigeria, and former head of service, Professor Oladepo Afolabi, emphasized the need for environmental health officers to be creative and innovative. He challenged them to study the environment, identify the services required in the environment, and provide the services for a fee.
This is a profession. It's not just what anybody can do, because it requires of people and the good health of the environment. You need professionals who are properly trained and so certified. So in that standard is maintained so that we have healthy environment, healthy people.
In order for the environmental health officers to be relevant in the scheme of things, they must possess the necessary skills to function effectively. The induction, therefore, is to educate and train the new entrant on the basic skills for performing their duties.
Our people are being inducted, given their certificate of registration as required by the law. They go out to work, but unlike employed by the local government, the state government, or the federal government.
Sean makes be recognized as a environmental officer. So now that we're here, we are fully being accepted.
Upon being employed either by a private establishment or by government, I can go to any length to discharge my function as recognized by the Act of Parliament.
The event attracted environmental health practitioners from across the country.
In NTA2 News at 7, we'll take a break now. The news returns shortly. Stay with us.
Solar phone now arriving. Artistically designed for comfort, its ergonomic curves offering the perfect touch in your hands. It's extremely slim at only 8mm. Use the 13-megapixel camera to capture all your precious moments. Enjoy the gallery with a 5-inch HD display and multi-touch screen. StarTime Solar 5 phone. Affordability.
It's good to know you're still there. And to entertainment news, Kurokere Krona Iyanya cancels Ebola concert as Oyenka win bags awards in 2 countries. Let's join Elizabeth Omori for details.
Thanks for joining us on Entertainment News. Following the entertainment mogul Dayo Adenoye, who lost out at the APC primaries in the Ogun State House of Assembly, has been appointed as a member made by the state governor Ibikunle Amosun. The newly inaugurated committee is expected to plan towards the second term inauguration of the governor, which comes up on the 29th of May 2015. And still on entertainment stories, songstress and multi-talented actress Onyeka Onwenu has been honored in the United States and Japan for achievements in issues concerning women in Nigeria. Lady Onyeka was decorated as ECOWAS Female Parliamentarian Ambassador at a ceremony in Abuja. Ayeka was selected based on her creativity, leadership, and passion for gender-related sport. Kiss Daniel's hit, Roju, and Collabo by P-Square have finally exited the MTV-based Niger Top 10. Loco Loco by the Maven Crew has retained its top position for the third week in a row. Pama dropped at number 5. And that's it on entertainment news.
And in sports, all is now set for the inauguration of a national elite athletes hosted by Vice President Namadi Sambo as the nation gets its update.
Nigerian elite athletes will no longer have to worry about accommodation in Abuja as Vice President Namadi Sambo located in the package B section of the Abuja National Stadium. Director General of the National Sports Commission, Al-Hassan Yakmut, while addressing the media on Tuesday, laments that about 131 million naira had been spent on athlete accommodation in the past 5 months, expressing joy that such money will now be saved.
In the last 5 months, the Sports Commission and NFF have spent over 130 should have been dedicated to the athletes as welfare. I don't think it's morality available at your beckon.
The Director General said the finals of the President's Cup football competition will equally be decided at the main bowl of the Abuja National Stadium, featuring planned 8 fitness tests for members at the main bowl of the Abuja National Stadium. The week-long exercise, which is the second of the year, aims at ascertaining the physical readiness of members to perform their duty. Having concluded 8th second phase of national training for referees, coaches and athletes in Abuja, the Karate Federation of Nigeria says it is now ready for final camping ahead of the 2015 All-Africa Games.
So we've done our own sweats, we know our strengths and weaknesses.
The session, which had about 60 athletes and 12 officials, afforded participants the opportunity of mastering the modern rules of the sport, amongst others. With Sports Update, Kemayima Bodike, NTA News.
And now to end the news, a recap. Motorists and commuters have expressed joy at what seems like an end to the fuel shortage that hit the nation in recent times following the suspension of the strike embarked upon by petroleum marketers. Lifting of the product has commenced. And the court has ordered the NDLEA to vacate the premises of Senator-elect Buruji Kashamu, whose residence has been under siege by officers of the agency following allegations of drug-related offences. And that's our package on the news at 7. Thanks for being a part.